My name is Sam. Thanks for checking out this video. If you get to the end and liked it, then subscribe, bell notification, and thumbs up the video. I'm excited about this one. I want to talk about all the pretty books that I bought or received, gifted, whatever you want to call it. All of the pretty books I accumulated in 2019. I figured it's 2019, pick 19, which allowed me to pick more books instead of doing 10. And I couldn't really think of anything to do like in the last decade because like I don't really read the same way I did like 10 years ago now. Or honestly like actively collect the way I do. So instead we're just gonna do these sort of fun videos for the holidays and the beginning of January. So is the 19 prettiest books that I accumulated in. I feel like I use the word accumulated an awful lot on this channel and I don't hear that word an awful lot anywhere else. Why do I use that word so much? Yeah, these were pretty books that I bought this year. So right off the bat, I'm going with the 10,000 Doors of January. I actually just finished reading this by Alex Harrow. It's a debut work. I was like already like, oh, that summary sounds like something I'm going to read. I was like, oh, like I'm excited. I'll definitely get that from the library. And then the cover got revealed. My only like, I would have changed it thing is like this little banner or the doorknob, make it like foiled or lifted or something. It's all flat, but like it's beautiful. I really like the yellow continuity as well, that it's kind of an accent piece and then they kind of foiled under here, which is why I was like, why didn't you foil the banner then to tie in the foiling as well? Either way, I really loved this book in general, but then the cover alone was like just gorgeous. I also got the Women's War. I originally read the hardcover with the old cover on it. The old cover was just meh to me. I love this cover. I don't know if it's because I like it more than the other one or just like I like it on its own, but I love this cover and I love the sequel cover for book 2. It's like purple and they're just like the small girl and the queen and like it all ties into like the concept of the book. I love this cover so much. I'm a trash for silhouettes too, but like I feel like people on covers is cheap and easy, but then when you like incorporate like the silhouettes and then like they put details, they put effort into making this look like quality with like the slight facial features and the shadowing in certain areas, and then like the crown but also like with the silhouette in it too, and then the second one looks like it has a similar concept of like the queens on or the characters on opposite sides, maybe with a dueling concept. I'm just so excited for that sequel, and I was like, oh well, I got it from the library. I'm debating picking it up when it comes out in paperback anyways because the hardcover was expensive in Canada, and then I saw that they did a cover change and I was like, we know how I feel about cover changes, but I feel like this was an upgrade. Big upgrade. I have praised the cover gods a few times on this channel for Laura Weymouth, but like, oh my god. The Light at the Bottom of the World, hold on, I'll get it. The Light Between Worlds is a stunning cover. I like the UK cover too, actually, on this one, but I really, really like this with the foils and the lifted. This book also just speaks to my soul, and I hate it because it makes me feel, and I'm still thinking about it like a year and a half later. But like, how did she get 2 of them like this? Like, she's not like a New York Times bestselling author, though she should be, and I need you all to read the damn books. But like, she got 2 beautiful covers, like stunning covers without a stupid faceless white girl on the cover. Do you know how rare that is? To get beautiful covers and covers without people on them. In YA. I loved A Treason of Thorns too. And again, read the book and was like, wow, the cover makes sense. So she got pretty covers without people on them, and covers that make sense to the content in them. So like Harper Teen. You guys are also recently pricing your books at $21.99 Canadian instead of $27. And then it's got deckled edges. I know some people don't like deckled edges. Y'all are wrong. I'm sorry. They add so much detail and they give that historic feel because we didn't have the same like materials this whole time to like cut things precisely, right? So I adore that, and just the foiled and the shiny part of it and the background wallpaper silhouette, like, or not silhouette, stenciled, and then it wraps around on the spines, and like, just yes to all of this. Harper Teen, please keep giving her beautiful covers because I need you guys to release another book by her. I'm between her and Moira Falidor, I'm like, read all your books, and I'm like, I love you, where's the rest of the stuff? Okay, so please give me more books. I literally was like, I don't know, maybe I'll get this book from the library, or maybe I'll just get the audiobook of it. And then I was like, again, another Harper Teens one. And then I went to the bookstore, and it was on the shelf. Not only is it a reasonably priced $21.99 instead of $27, Henry Holt, it's beautiful. I don't know, I haven't read it yet, so I can't tell you how, like, coordinated it is with the content in it. I'm reading it this month. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but, like, all of the brass stuff is, like, kind of tiny bit lifted, so it feels almost like a trophy stamp. Do you know what I mean? And then, like, all of the details of, like, the castles and the people at the bottom there, and there's this heart and, like, with a rose in there, which reminds me a lot of, like, obviously I have a feeling it's the two girls in a romance of some sort. I just, so much about this is beautiful. Again, debut author, so we don't have New York Times bestselling status yet. A reasonably priced book. No stupid faceless white girl in a ball gown on the cover. And a pretty cover. Harper Teen, like, keep doing this. Please? I am happily spending $22 Canadian on your books for this. I will unhappily not spend, right? No, I will happily not spend money on a $27 book. I also love that the spine, like, it also looks kind of oil slicky, too. I think that's what I really like, too. But then, like, the spine, like, is matched underneath. I really like that. It's a little plain and simple. I feel like it would have been cool to have, like, a little bit embossment or something on the actual underdust jacket. But boy, they put money into this cover. I freaking love the cover so damn much. I feel like this book is going to appear in a lot of my lists in the next month or two. The Light at the Bottom of the World by London Shaw. This book is offensively pretty. Like, doesn't make sense pretty. Which I'm also like, why would you give this cover such prettiness? And then I feel like I didn't see any, like, Disney Hyperion marketing anywhere for it, which was kind of weird. But I love the font. I know that's something weird, but like the size, the color, and everything. I like that they have like the difference between the title and the author's name. I love this color scheme. Teal and purple are like, in case you haven't seen my hair over the years, they're my like ideal color. If I ever, on the off chance I ever get married, my wedding is going to be like silver, teal, and purple with maybe some pinks everywhere. That is my like color aesthetic for every aspect of my life. And then there's like the fading kind of ombre with the purple like to the dark, which is like the sea, the ocean, but then you have like the white or the blue lighting up and like centering London at the bottom of the ocean and the jellyfish. Just so much of this. And then again, it makes sense when you read the book because the whole thing is set in the underworld and like the abyss. And like I can't wait for what this, oh my god, I'm terrified. What if they do a cover change? Oh god, please don't. Please, Disney, please don't do that. Please, for the love of all that is holy, don't do a cover change on this series. It's just so pretty. It's just so hella pretty. And then the underdust jacket is purple. With, again, same lettering. The continuity. I love it. Silver, purple, and blue. Underappreciated color scheme to like the millionth degree. Also, I loved this book too, so you should all read it. I didn't realize how pretty Blood Air was until I saw it in person, so I'm so happy my bookstore had it because I wouldn't have gotten it if it wasn't in the bookstore and I didn't see it. The spine alone, just, oh, so much yes. It is on the higher price point in Canada. It's $25. That's like my max, so like I can deal with 25, 27, all that kind of crap. No, that's not happening, especially for like, just no. Just not $27. That's outrageously overpricing your books. I love that the text on the spine and the cover is lifted with the like a little bit of sparkly foiled gold. I hope you can see, like, if you bring it closer, that there's a little bit of detailing too on the actual letters on the spine as well. So they put like the swirl curly Q stuff. Again, adding the extra details. There's also these like red dots all over it. I don't know if you can see it, but in person it looks kind of like burning ember ashes. I love that. And then like the Russian like kind of government like Kremlin whatever count like the top things, those iconic tops. I loved that. And then just like the main character layer. I love the crown too. And Amelia Wenza has a physical version of the crown. I freaking love that crown. That's a really cool crown. I just love that. This back too is like very clean, simple, and continuous. The end pages too, freaking this nice red that is the same red as the ash things. And then the underdust jacket has these like curly Q things that are basically on the spine here, on the spine here. It's kind of the same like detailing. All it looks like a fence almost too on the front and the back. So like Delacorte Press, did a good job on this one. They really did a really good job on this one. I just like the gold lettering, the typeset, everything was just the fonting, everything is really, really beautiful. And it just screams Christmas, which I feel like I'm kind of happy that it got pushed back to this November date, which is more holiday-y season. The colors and everything really ties into the weather that I'm experiencing right now, and the color schemes is just like very Christmassy kind of holiday season colors. I screamed when I saw this cover reveal, not even kidding. When they released the cover for Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw, I own 3 copies of The Wicked Deep, so to say I enjoyed that book is probably a little bit of an understatement. And then I saw like all of like the colors with like the faded blue to like the darker, like more tealy colored blue. Then tying in with this blue, and then the moons. I wish they were lifted. They're not, but they're still like shiny foily, but they kind of do look lifted even when I'm this close. It's very weird. I don't know how they did that. The sides and the back too. Beautiful. The underdust jacket too. I think this is only doing on the first run, and I feel like I finally figured out that it is like a light blue color. I wasn't sure if it was a silver and it was pulling blues from other places, but I'm pretty sure it's like the silvery blue that's on the cover that changes into a darker blue. They like all of this. It's just so pretty, just so pretty, so freaking pretty. I waited to buy this in store because I've tried to buy first edition runs that have the special edges or whatever, which was this thing. And then Indigo has not sent me they've sent me the second and third runs when they put the first runs in their stores. So I waited until I saw it in store. And then yeah, I love this. I love the whole aesthetic of the Winterwood, and I feel like I haven't read it yet, but it just looks like the aesthetic fits the content based on the tone and writing of The Wicked Deep from Shay Earnshaw. This is it fits so well. I also like, if I can get the page open there, I like that each like new section, chapter or whatever has a dark page and then it goes to white for the rest of it. I like that. I don't know why. I really enjoy when you can look at the spine and be like, oh, that's where the chapters start. I don't know why, but I really, really love that. So, I also saw I think it was Owl Crate or Shelf Life Crate did their special edition of it where I think the background is white. I love that too. They're both really, really pretty. But, shout out. They did like a wonderful job. This is, Simon & Schuster. I don't praise that much. This is Simon & Schuster. So good job on the Wicked, or Winterwood book by Shay Earnshaw. Again, higher price point, but I feel like it was justified with all of the extra features. I tossed back and forth between putting Queenslayer or Crownbreaker on here, but I went with Crownbreaker because of the foils. I don't know if I got like a defaulty messed up like edition, but like for some reason it foils to the spine and then it goes orange in the back. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. It's very weird looking, but if it had been done the full thing, I don't know. I love this cover. Just this cover is so good. So good. For the end of a series to do like a gold foil, the way I think they did that for like Kingdom of Ash too in Sarah J. Maas series. I love that. It's like a reward for the people who get through a full series, right? Who don't just buy the first book and go, I didn't like it. It's a reward for being like, yeah, I love this whole series and I'm going to invest in that last final book. You know what I mean? This is the UK cover. The US North American covers for the series are very boring and very, like, I just don't even, it doesn't catch my eye at all on the shelf, which is disappointing because the series is amazing. So we got cover, they're over here. The continuity of the series, I don't know if you can see it in my screen, but, like, they're all cards looking with all different colors. I was wondering if they were going to do yellow or gold on the 6th one, and they were, like, released the gold, and I was like, yeah. I love the underdust jackets of these. There's nothing here, but they're like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a pattern on, like, texture on the black. And then all of the spines, again, they match them up with, all of them have with their color underneath. And I really like despite the weird random orangeness on this edition, the game, each of the books on the back has this like kind of just quote that ties into like the entire premise of this specific book. The game of war is rigged. I've seen like magic is a fool's game or a con game on the back of all of them. I love that they've thrown in those extra details. I'm so happy that they managed to get through a 6-book series without changing the cover. I was blown away, so thank you Hockey Press for that. And I just simply adore Sebastian de Castell, and I can't wait for whatever new books he has coming out in 2020. Another set of books that I own 3 copies of, other than Harry Potter and the Wicked Deep, is the Nevermore series. If you don't know, I'm a big fan of Nevermore. So I own the US and the UK cover of books 1 and 2. I also own the German editions. No, I don't speak German. The covers are just really pretty. I saw somewhere, I think it's supposed to be, Danish? I saw the Danish covers of Nevermore somewhere, and now I can't find them anywhere, so I don't know what happened to them. I really liked those. I kind of wanted those too. Anyways, Wondersmith Holobox is coming out in early next year. I'm excited. So excited for that. I was looking and I was like, I like the US Wondersmiths. I love the UK ones. I feel like the UK ones are more superior. They're also taller. I know that's a very weird thing, but when they're on the shelf, it bugs me when there's a book that's like abruptly randomly shorter. I don't know why they did that, but the UK ones, I like the height of them. I like that they have a solid more background, and then they have this like highlighting thing of Morrigan. I love the names. I love that it's lifted in silver. They always have like continuity from the front to the spine to the back. There's no like kind of cut off on the spine with a different design, the way a lot of books do. So they have like all of the silver, and then you have the Nightmare. I don't want to give anything away. It's like the Nightmare soldier people with a quote on the back. I love that. But the real beauties, the end pages. Like, I don't know what to do with that book. And then the Underdust jacket. It's so pretty. And book one has a design underneath it too. But it's a different design than the cover, but they keep that like those silver sparkle dots the way that there are on the cover as well. I just absolutely freaking love the design of the UK covers. The US ones, I like those. The German ones, beautiful as well. But like the UK ones I think are the best of the series. I also just saw that Amanda Foody has a middle grade series coming out in I think 2021 that's supposed to be Nevermore meets Pokemon, which sounds absolutely freaking amazing. So I'm actually in the middle of reading this book and I've just gotten stuck for a variety of other reasons. Not the quality or content of the book itself, but the Bone Charmer. For some reason this was for sale in Canada and the cover on Indigo was like a weird, just like a silhouette person, and I was like, what the hell is this? Where's the pretty cover? The pretty cover was available to purchase in the US and the UK and everywhere else. So my friend Jennifer bought it for me and sent it to me and I was like, thank you. And they released the cover for the second one and it's the same theme. So I don't know why the hell all of a sudden random Canada, not even like North America, just Canada got a different cover. I don't know what the heck that's supposed to mean. It's not an appealing cover in any way. My eyes would just glaze over it on the bookshelf. So, I love that, and now that I'm reading it too, like there's the blue on the top and the bottom, so the whole premise of the book is there's split lines that a character's future is kind of shattered and she all of a sudden has two possible futures, and one of them, she's in more of a peasant farming community, and that's why you can see like there's like farmhouses in the background of her here, and then like this, it's a bit more of a academic-y thing, whereas on the top you can kind of see like more of castles and an educational institute, and she's dressed more for education, right? So I thought that was just the type, like the fonting and everything. Oh, it's just so pretty. And then the Underdust jacket is like that cranberry raspberry red that I just freaking love so much. And then it's like a rose gold almost, like the foiled. They just. I know, like, I always get kind of disappointed when I see a book is going to be published through Page Street, because I don't think they've ever released an audiobook, which I really wish they would, but they always just do a really pretty job of their, like, books themselves, I feel like. Their designs are always, like, really, really pretty. I love this design. Again, this book could end up sucking in the end. I'm still going to keep this. This book is never leaving my possession. Ever. Ever, ever. And absolutely, even if I don't like this book, I'm buying the sequel. Again, it's hella pretty. It's just beautiful pretty. So I'm just excited for that. I haven't read it yet, but oh my god. I was unsure about buying Slay because it is $25 in Canada. Or sorry, $25.99, so $26, which is like the very, very, like actually it's kind of beyond the max. I was at first like, I wasn't gonna buy it, and then kind of annoyed that I did because it ended up being like a week later the Indigo pick of the month, so it dropped down to $20. But like, pink and the purple and the blue and just yes. The cover is beautiful. I don't like people on covers necessarily, but this doesn't look like a stock photo, right? And I feel like it also ties in well with what the game is about, or the book is about, a video game system, and well, that's not all it's about, but that's kind of the grand structure of it. And then there's also like a little bit of foiling in the brassness with her hair and her frames. It also looks like it's glitching like a video game. I love that. I love the typeset of the name and the title itself. And then it is kind of weird that it cuts off. You can see it cuts off on the spine here, and then the spine and then the back are tied together. I don't know why they did that, but again, like the same glitching is continuing. I love that. I love the color aesthetics. We've established that. Again, the rose gold foil thing just does stuff to my soul, and then it being pink, like bright Barbie pink. I love it so much. It's beautiful. I was honest, like I wanted to buy the content itself because it sounds amazing. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll wait for a sale because it's kind of a high price point. But like I saw it and was like, I have to buy. I'd be a fool if I didn't put this book on here. Not only did I devour Wicked Saints, loved it so damn much, but the cover. Oh, that was a very weird noise. The cover. The book itself is beautiful. I love all like the random like tint, like the random foil teals all of a sudden that tie in with this. I like that it looks a little bit like worn. I like that the spine is actually different from the rest of them. It looks like an academic spine that I would have on a bookshelf at like my university library or whatever. I like the random just teals on the back too with the emblems. The end pages. Oh, that does to me stuff. And then the under dust jacket. I freaking love this. Let them fear her, and then it's just beautiful. I also very happily bought Sky Without Stars this year. I think this year. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't even think to, hold on. Let me just triple check here. March 2019. Yeah, I was right. Okay. Yeah, it's all good. I was already into this book because it was pitched as the Lunar Chronicles meets Les Mis, and I was like, that sounds amazing. So then I looked at it and like, it looks like all of this, like so much of this thing is lifted. I'm amazed. They kept the cover theme for the sequel, even though it didn't sell like New York Times bestseller-y. I wish more people had read it because it's actually, I really enjoyed this book an awful lot. I love that there's like the washed out fleur-de-lis in the back. I love that this like lifted, looks like our world, and then there's the space world, and all of this like brass stuff is all lifted. The title is all lifted. The spine, again, the fleur-de-lis is all the way around, and then the underdust jacket has, there's two different emblems that they embossed. I don't remember which one. One's for like the rebels, one's for like the government institution. I don't remember which is which, but I got whatever this one is. I kind of abused this a little bit. I feel bad. And then again, they continued on with the fleur-de-lis. And then, I have feelings about books that have maps in them. We've discussed this at length on this channel a few times. And so, I love, especially when you're in space, I really appreciate having illustrations with maps and structures and everything like that. It just helps me build the parameters of the world to know what's possible and what's not possible. And oh yeah, again too, if you look at the edge, you can see darker colors when there's like a new section. That it always has part, and then there's like a little bit of a quote. Again, there's the washed away fleur-de-lis on those again. I just feel like they paid a lot of homage to the Les Mis part of it, as well as the Lunar Chronicles in the design and the content. And the content matches the cover, which, high praise, and I can't wait for the next book. Now, I've established that I don't totally love the cover of this sequel, and I can't tell if it's actually cover continuity, if they just made a slight change or whatever. Whatever's not clicking with me. But the first book, The Tiger at Midnight, of this trilogy, I absolutely freaking love the content and the cover. We were lucky enough that the author came in our group as well to do a chat. I freaking love this so much. All of the gloss, none of it's lifted. I kind of wish that it was lifted, but I also like that it's not lifted. You know what I mean? And then there's like the golds and the brasses, and I feel like they all complement each other really well. And then they throw in pops of color, like with the purple on the spine, and then they have like the same kind of yellow gold brass kind of comparison on the back here with find the assassin, save the country, and then kill the general, evade his soldiers, don't fall in love. I just freaking... Oh, I just noticed that too, that they put a little bit of the purple pink on the inside flap. And it's like pretty simple underneath. I wish they had done more. But then the spine, I don't know why, but I mean, like, again, the cover like the color comparison of the light, like almost yellow to like the brassy gold with a little bit of the pattern there. I love that. Again, if you look at the top there, you can see that there's each chapter has like a sprinkled dust thing that matches the way that this is. I feel like they just tied a lot of the outside into the internal, and it makes sense with the content itself. Now, this author got totally screwed over by her publisher with this publishing. They had to last minute change the publication date because they couldn't get the books in production on time. She got her ARCs like the day before or something like that the book actually came out. They finally have released the audiobook. I already bought that because I was like, I literally complained about this and I was like, I want an audiobook so I know how to pronounce these things properly, because it is of Asian, like, it's from her Asian background. So, like, I don't know how to pronounce these names properly, and I feel like it's common decency to like learn or at least listen and be like, okay, so that's how you properly pronounce it. This book though, like, oh, this book was really good and underappreciated this year, but also like I love this design. Like, it is beautiful. So shout out to the publisher for that. They absolutely nailed this cover. With the whole, all of the the colors all worked really beautifully together. All the pops of red all over the place. She did an amazing pre-order campaign too with these beautiful like brass gold bookmarks that I have. I love that thing for a debut book. Oh, it's so pretty. And then there's cards. You can kind of see them in there too. The underdust jacket. I like the green too. Like, it kind of ties in with these like hues of green all over the place. And then her font. I can't tell if it's like blue or green or black, but like I like that it ties into all of that. It's just a really beautifully designed book. Kat Winters is another author that, like, she actually has quite a few books published, but she does not in any way have New York Times bestselling status. And even if you look at Goodreads, most of her books don't have like super stellar reviews, though I really high-key disagree with most of them because I love her content. But the last 2 books she's released specifically, Odd and True, which I think I'd put on last year's book thing. If you haven't, it's the hardcover. If you can debate between the paperback and the hardcover, get the hardcover. Get the hardcover. And they continued that offensively prettiness. So Amulet, shout out to you. The whole like raven with the hair, beautiful. The foiled red, beautiful. And then this like offensively pretty underdust jacket too. Like, what the hell? I mean, like, they had to have known too of like when they were going into this, like, Kat Winters' books don't ever like sell like a bajillion copies. I wish they would, because I really like her content and I want more of her books. But like, they put like a lot of money into this cover and the underdust jacket that they could have easily just slapped like a stock photo image on. So shout out to Amulet for that. They put a lot to make this book look good. We established that I loved this cover so damn much. The book itself I didn't feel like it held up quite as much to my hype because of the cover, but I kind of still want to buy the special edition. I think it's a blue teal. I have to triple check. I think it's like a blue teal. I kind of really want it. Because the mosaic theme, whoever thought of that for this book, you're a damn genius. You deserve a raise, okay? The finishing of the cover too, and just everything about the cover was really well thought out. And it really does tie to the setting and the influences of the book. I freaking love that so much. And then the map. And the underdust jacket being that red, again, I love that. And then like the very heavy like Spanish influences, with like the patterns, all of that stuff. I just absolutely love the design of this book. And again, would never unhaul it. Ball Spray is another one that I feel like they do a good job on, like, consistently. They don't just like put suddenly effort into a book that they think is going to hit New York Times bestseller. They put effort into books that, like, even like the Onyx and Ivory duology. I don't think that's ever going to hit New York Times bestsellers list ever. But the covers are absolutely beautiful. Like, just absolutely, they put effort into it to make sure it looks good no matter what. I love that about them. Oh my god, we're almost done. I think this is 18. The Candle and the Flame by Nafisa Azad. I was surprised that Scholastic's released a hardcover of this, and they did a beautiful job of this. First of all, praise be that we have a woman of color, and Muslim woman of color on this one, and the colors, like the gold beige, the red, and then the blue teal, it's continued like throughout the whole thing. I also love that the spine, there is no like set like cutting off of it from the back. I absolutely adore. And then the blue that is like on the front is on the end pages. And then it's also on like the spine or on the inside flap here. It's also like this weird like textured thing. I love that. And then the underdust jacket is like the beige with the Candle and the Flame is embossed, is like pressed in here. And then the spine, again, it has the same texture as the end pages does, but has the red. So we have the red, the blue, and the beige continuously like tied in throughout. They did a wonderful job. They did a wonderful job designing this, and I'm really happy that they did so. And she's a Canadian author too, which is even cooler to see them do that good job. And lastly, I'm putting in Eve of Man here, by Giovanna and Tom Fletcher. I have no idea when the sequel's coming out. I'm hoping mid to late 2020. The foiling of all the gold, I'm so happy that they foiled it. If it had just been like printed like gold color, I would have been really disappointed. It had so much pop to this. The book itself was also fantastic, but like, it's just beautiful. And then like the underdust jacket being the crisp white to match in with the white of all the text. And then having this like maze thing with the gold. I love this so much. Like the whole, Random House did an amazing job on this design, and I hope it continues. So those were my prettiest purchase accumulations, whatever, of 2019. Were there any in here that you like hardcore disagreed with or you think should have been on here? What were your favorite like purchases this year? I don't know. Anything that pops into your mind while watching this, let me know in the comment section down below. I will link all of these books in the description box down below. I will also link all of my social media. If you follow me, I will follow you back. And happy holidays.